Welcome to Oweleketv. We bring you highlights of top stories that made the rounds this week. I am Confident Oko. Thank you for joining us. After a 2-month wait, the long-awaited ministerial list has been submitted to the Senate for consideration and confirmation. The list contained 28 names and was personally delivered during the plenary by Chief of Staff to the President, Femi Gbajabiamila, the immediate past Speaker of the House of Representatives. As per a law signed by former President Muhammadu Buhari in March, an elected president or governor must within 60 days of taking office present the names of ministerial or commissioner nominees to the Senate or House of Assembly for confirmation. During the plenary, the Senate invoked relevant sections of its standing rules to receive Gbajabiamila and the presidential communication. The ministerial list without specific portfolios included 4 former governors who had just completed their constitutionally mandated 8 years, along with 6 women. Gbajabiamila justified the absence of portfolios, stating that it allowed the president the flexibility to assign ministries to the nominees. The Chief of Staff revealed that 13 more names would be sent to the Senate soon for confirmation, and there might be a restructuring and creation of new ministries as part of the President's reform initiative. The inclusion of Nyesom Wike, the immediate past governor of Rivers State, in Tinubu's ministerial lineup drew disapproval from the People's Democratic Party, who criticized the list for lacking innovative individuals capable of rebuilding the country. Former Senate Shehu Sani also expressed his disapproval, stating that Tinubu embraced unreliable individuals and rewarded those who betrayed trust. In his words, the president embraced some serpents with a known history of treachery and rewarded some vultures for playing Judas. Appeasing a snake in a palace doesn't spare the king. Moving on, in response to the removal of the full subsidy by the Nigerian government, there has been growing discontent and protests from various groups expressing concern over the economic hardships caused by the decision. The Nigerian Labour Congress has declared its readiness to fight against the pains and difficulties faced by the citizens due to the price hike in premium motor spirit, otherwise known as petrol. University workers, such as members of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities and the University of Lagos chapter of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, along with civil society organizations, have also voiced their grievances over the subsidy removal. The NLC is planning a strike action to address issues related to the suffering of the masses due to the fuel price increase. The federal government has described the notice of strike action by the Nigerian Labour Congress as illegal and in contempt of court. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has issued a stern warning to the point-of-sale operators, cautioning them against engaging in price fixing, an act that could lead to violators facing a 3-month jail term. This warning comes after POS operators represented by the Association of Mobile Money and Bank Agents Nigeria set new prices for POS transactions on the 17th of July, raising concerns about potential consumer exploitation. In a statement signed by its Executive Vice Chairman, Chief Executive Officer Babatunde Irukera, the FCCPC clarified that while it respects the freedom of POS service providers to set prices within market forces, it opposes any form of price fixing that restricts consumer choices and displays unfair practices. Violating the FCCPC's order could result in penalties of up to 10 million naira for corporate entities and 1 million naira and/or a 3-month prison sentence for individuals. Despite AMMBAN's explanation that it provided a price guide and not engaged in price fixing, the FCCPC maintains its stance and it's ready to prosecute violators and affiliated entities responsible for violating business conduct. The Commission has now adopted an order and notice to communicate its intention to enforce the law, serving it on AMMBAN and publicly disseminating it to reach all relevant parties. The association has responded to the FCCPC's communication, and discussions on the matter continue between the parties involved, with the enforcement of the order expected to shape the landscape of POS transactions and safeguard consumers' interests in Nigeria. Moving on to other stories, the Lagos state government has approved the mass burial of 103 corpses recovered after the NSAS protest that took place in October 2020. The decision came in response to concerns raised about the leaked letter from the Lagos State Public Procurement Agency, which revealed the approval of over 61 million naira for the mass burial. The State Ministry of Health clarified that the burial was not for victims allegedly killed at the Lekki toll gate during the NSAS protest. Instead, it was for victims from various areas in Lagos affected by violence that occurred during and after the protests. The bodies were picked up by the Lagos State Environmental Health Unit in places like Fagba, Ketu, Ikorodu, Orile, Ajegunle, Abulegba, and other locations. The statement emphasized that there was no retrieval of bodies from the Lekki tollgate incident, and the NSAS panel had subpoenaed the Lagos State Chief Pathologist to produce records of unclaimed bodies in the state central morgue. The Senate is seeking collaboration with the Finland government to extradite Simon Ekpa, the factional leader of IPOB. Ekpa gained attention in August 2021 when IPOB called for sit-at-home protests every Monday in the southeast, demanding the release of their leader, Nnamdi Kanu. Even though the order was later suspended by the separatist group, Ekpa continued to enforce it, leading to violence and killings in the region. Senator Osita Izunaso brought a motion to address the enforcement of sit-at-home by unknown gunmen in the southeast and to secure the release of Nnamdi Kanu. However, the motion was rejected by the Senate leader Okpeyemi Bamidele, citing interference in the matter before the court. Simon Ekpa had sent letters to the European Union and the United States of America raising concerns about alleged human rights violations perpetrated by Governor Peter Mba of Enugu State. And finally, the federal government has made a significant discovery revealing that 1,617 civil servants have been found to possess counterfeit employment letters. The head of civil service for Lashade, Yemi Esson, shared this information during a discussion with journalists in Abuja in preparation for the 2023 Civil Servants Week. In addition to this revelation, she mentioned the government's commitment to increase duty toll allowances for civil servants and working on harmonizing salaries within the civil service through a dedicated committee. And that's it on Oweleketv News. Please follow us on all our social media handles on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Oweleketv. Our website is oweleke.tv. Till I come your way next time, I am confident it'll go.